we start on our backs in Tadasana. So you'll come onto your back with your feet at the edges of the mat, and then take opposite hand to opposite elbow and reach your forearms overhead. And then tuck your tailbone toward your heels and bring your knees together so there's a lot of space in your low back. Pull your front ribs in and down into the mat. Begin to soften, closing your eyes, coming to this place. And consider, have you ever been in a conversation with someone where their version of the truth is completely different than your truth? When this happens, it's a great reminder that there are a lot of truths out there, and that makes it dangerous to go outside of yourself looking for truth, especially if you do that before you come into a truth relationship with yourself. As you practice tonight, truths will come up. They will make themselves apparent to you. Mental truths, emotional truths, physical truths. They'll start to come up as you practice on the mat. And some of them you might want to change. And that's okay, because one of the things we learn in a yoga practice is that we can make changes to our mind, our emotions, and our bodies. In your practice is where you can recreate your reality, to take control of our reality. Your mat is like a magic carpet. No one else's rules apply for you here. Let each breath you're taking soften and relax your body. And take just a few more rounds of deep breath. And then stretch your arms and legs away from each other, like you're making a big cross on the floor. And reach from your toes to your fingertips. Take a big inhale here. And then as you exhale, draw your right arm and left leg up, touch, engaging your core, and then release. And then left arm, right leg, touch, and release. Right arm, release, and left. Release. Again, right, release, and left. Release. So we're taking a twist. Keep going through this flow, engaging your low abdomen by lifting your shoulder blades up off of the earth, dropping your navel into the front of your spine, and twisting as deeply as you can so you're moving through your obliques. One more each side. And then pull your knees into your chest and take both feet up toward the ceiling. Cross your right ankle over your left and press the outer edges of your feet together. And then begin as though you're climbing up a rope, alternating your hands, lifting and twisting using your belly, lifting shoulder blades off of the earth, and release and switch to cross on your feet. Now as you press the outer edges of your feet together, you engage your leg muscles. Level hips, belly to spine, and begin to lift and walk your hands up that rope. And bring your knees into your chest. Extending your legs onto the mat, roll onto your left side. Bring your right leg up toward the ceiling, so you're taking a big stretch, and flex your left foot. Now the more you engage your core and the left side of your leg, the more stable you are in this stretch. And we're going to turn this into some core engagement. So if you have a bind on your foot like I do, release the bind. Come up onto your left forearm. Bring your left leg up to meet your right leg. Now you're still on your left hip. So you're in a twist. Extend your right arm and then use your core and extend your left arm. Hold in this twist. Keep the right hip lifted for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. Then roll over onto your right side. I'll switch so you can see. Get a stretch on your left leg. So bring it up toward the ceiling and engage your right leg. Press it really hard into the floor. Belly up and in. Then release the bind on your foot. Come to your right forearm. Bring your right leg up to meet your left, but stay up on your hip. You're going to feel your side waist. Extend your left arm, and then extend your right arm. Stay in the twist. Hold 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. Take a big stretch. And then roll over onto your belly. And press back to child's pose. Take your fingers wide on the mat. Press down into the thumb side of your hand, not the pinky side. Come up into table, curl your toes under, and press back to down dog. Lifting your sit bones. Press deeply into your hands, shift some weight into your feet. And then walk your hands back to your feet. Knees can be soft if you're cranky in your hamstrings. Take your right hand to the outside of your left ankle. And as you inhale, draw your left arm up into a twist and then across your left ear. As you exhale, bring your left hand down to your right ankle. Inhale, right arm up to twist, reach across. Exhale, grab your left ankle. Inhale, left arm lifts. Reach and exhale. Inhale, right arm lifts. Reach, exhale. One more. Inhale, left arm lifts. Reach, exhale. Keep your hands on both ankles and draw your chest into your thighs. Knees soft if it's too intense. Release the bind and walk your hands forward to down dog. Look up between your thumbs. You can walk or float your feet to the top of the mat. And lift your heart, inhaling, looking forward. Exhale, release. And then inhaling, come to chair pose, Utkatasana. Reach all the way up, straightening your legs, and lift your heart toward the ceiling. Soften your knees and swing your arms down, and then lift your hips. Arms are coming up overhead to stretch through your shoulders. Then plant your hands and step your right foot into a lunge with your right knee on the earth. Bring your arms up, sink your hips low, take your hands to the back of your skull, open elbows, lift your chest by pulling up at your belly, and then reach your hands behind you. Hands top of the mat, step back to plank. Through vinyasa, lower to chaturanga, up dog or cobra pose. Down dog. Right leg lifts. Exhaling, draw your knee to your nose. Step your right foot top of the mat and step left foot top of the mat. Inhale, chair. Straighten your knees, reach back. Exhale, bend the knees, swing your arms up, forward fold with a big shoulder stretch. Inhale, look up halfway, plant your hands. Exhale, left foot into lunge, left knee to the earth. Sink your hips, open through this hip crease. Then take your hands to the base of your skull. Elbows open, chest lifts. Then reach your hands behind you. And both hands top of the mat, step to plank. Chaturanga, up dog or cobra, down dog. 3 breaths, inhale. And sigh out through your mouth. Inhale. Sigh out. Inhale. Long sigh, and then look up between your hands. At the bottom of your exhale, walk or float your feet top of the mat. Halfway lift. Fold. Chair pose. As you exhale, fold forward, arms up behind you. Halfway lift, inhale. Walk or float back, low push-up. Up dog or cobra. Down dog. Right leg high, knee to nose, exhale. Right foot top of the mat, lift up to your lunge. Hands at the base of your neck, lift your heart, open your elbows. Then reach your hands behind you. Exhaling, hands top of the mat. Through vinyasa, where you step forward into forward fold, your choice. Left leg lifts. Knee to nose, exhale. Left foot to left thumb, lift up to lunge. Hands at the base of your skull. Open your elbows, lift your heart. Reach back behind you. Hands top of the mat. Step forward to forward fold. Look up halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms up overhead. And hands to your heart. Exhale. Nice. Now stepping into your right foot, bring your left knee up, standing stick, arms overhead. So we're using low belly and this front left hip flexor. Step your left foot back behind you and come into a lunge, left hand on the earth. Reach your right arm high, easy twist. Now revolving around, pivot your left heel down 45 degrees and come up to reverse warrior. Left hand is down your back thigh. Big stretch through your side ribs. Pull your ribs up off of your hip crease. Bring your hands to your heart. Pivot your right toes to the left side of the mat. Keep your left foot on the floor, but sink your hips. Reach your arms forward and hold. 5, 4, lots of strength building in your right leg. 3, 2, 1. Hands to the floor, straighten both legs. Bring the crown of your head toward the earth. Hands line up between your feet, shoulders away from the floor. Then walk your chest toward your right thigh and hug your right leg. So a big stretch through your right leg. Pivot around to lunge, all toes toward the top of the mat, arms overhead. And then through vinyasa, but we're going to kick the right foot up behind us. So straighten the right knee, and then swing your right foot up and back. Come forward to three-legged plank, lower, up dog, three-legged down dog. Then both feet to the earth. Inhale for 3. Exhale. Inhale for 2. Exhale. One more big inhale. Look between your thumbs. Soften your knees. At the bottom of your exhale, walk or float top of the mat. Halfway lift. Fold. Arms overhead. Find your left foot. Lift your right leg, standing stick. Right foot's coming behind you, and your right hand's coming to the earth. Easy twist. Revolving around your center. Place your right heel down. Lift up. Right hand comes back. Left arm over top. Pivot your left toes toward the right side of the mat. Keep your right heel grounded. Bring your chest parallel to the floor and reach your arms forward. I'll turn around. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Both hands to the earth, straighten both legs. Bring the crown of your head toward the floor. Walk your hands back to line up between your feet. Tops of the shoulders pull away from the floor. Now walk your chest toward your left leg and hug your chest into your thigh. Pivot around to the top of the mat, Take your lunge. We're going through three-legged vinyasa again. So, straighten the left knee. Swing your left leg up and back. Come forward to three-legged plank. Lower, up dog, down dog. Both feet to the earth. 3 deep breaths. Inhale for 3. Inhale 2. 1 more inhale. Look forward on your next inhale and float your feet to the top of the mat on the exhale. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, bring your arms up overhead. Find your right foot. Pull your left knee up, standing stick. Step it back, easy twist. Left hand to the earth, right arm high. Revolve all the way around. Reverse your warrior, left heel's on the floor. Beautiful. Warrior 2. Center your spine. Arms are moving away from each other. Now we're pivoting toward the front of the mat. Lift your left heel. You're in lunge. Bring your hands to your heart. Shift into your right foot and lift your left leg. Warrior 3. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Soften your right knee. Step back and wind open, warrior 2. Take your right hand outside your right ankle and your left hand to your left hip. Draw the backs of your shoulders together. We're coming into a variation of Vasisthasana, side plank. So your right foot's going to lift up off the mat, hug your knee into your chest. Flex this right foot and grab the pinky edge with your left hand and press it forward. Now you can stay right here, or if you'd like, you can bring this right foot around into visvamitrasana. Your choice. Release to core plank, right knee to nose. Step right foot top of the mat. Left foot top of the mat. Look up halfway and lengthen. Exhale, fold. Arms overhead, big inhale. Find your left foot for balance. Right knee lift, standing stick. Bring your right foot back behind you, right hand to the earth, easy twist. Revolve around your center, right heel plants, reverse your warrior. Warrior 2. Move the energy out through your fingertips. Pivoting forward, top of the mat, into a lunge. Hands to your heart. Shift into your left foot. Right foot lifts, warrior 3. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Soften your left knee. Step back, warrior 2. Now I'm going to turn around. Take your left hand outside your left ankle, right hand to your hip. Draw your shoulder blades together on your back. Use the strength of your back body. Pull into your core. Left knee comes up to your chest. Take your right hand to the pinky edge of your left foot. Press the left foot forward. Stay right here, or bring that left foot around. Visvamitrasana. It's up to you. Core plank, knee to nose. Nice job. Step your left foot top of the mat. Right foot joins left. Look up halfway. Exhale, fold. Arms overhead, big inhale. Hands to your heart, big exhale. Close your eyes. Come to your breathing. Feel the sensations moving through your body. Notice the thoughts that come up. What are the little truths, the mental, emotional, physical truths that arise? I can't give you your truth, no one outside can. But when you connect to your true self, it is an awesome, amazing strength. Top of the mat, arms overhead as you inhale. Exhale, fold deep. Inhale, look up halfway. Exhale, walk or float, low push-up. Up dog, down dog. Right leg high, three-legged dog. Knee to nose, exhale. Right foot top of the mat, lift up to lunge. Take your right hand to the back hamstring. Your back hamstring is going to push up into your hand, and your left arm comes up over toward the back of the mat. So it's a twist and a back bend. Then left elbow comes outside your right thigh, and bring your right hand to Anjali Mudra. Left knee can come to the earth, up to you. Exhale to deepen your twist. Both hands top of the mat. Shift into your right foot, standing split, left leg lifts. Now hug your left knee into your chest. Hug it in with your hands. Use your core to lift up to standing stick. And then bend both knees. Left thigh comes over right thigh for eagle pose. Left arm under. Hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now bring your elbows down into a twist outside your left thigh. So it's an eagle twist. Unwrap, arms overhead. Big inhale. Exhale, fold. Halfway lift. Inhale. Exhale, walk or float, low push-up. Up dog, down dog. Left leg high, three-legged dog. Knee to nose, exhale. Step forward and lift to lunge. Now, if you have any compression in your low back with lunges, soften your back knee. That lets your tailbone go longer. We're going to take our left hand to our back thigh. Reach your right arm up and over. And then right elbow outside your left knee. Left hand, Anjali Mudra. Exhale, twist. Both hands to the mat. Shift into your left foot, standing split. Hug your right knee into your chest. Hold it with your hands. Look forward and lift. Standing stick. Right thigh is crossing left. Garudasana, eagle pose. Right arm under. Hold 5, 4, 3, 2. Come into the twist. Elbows coming outside your right thigh. Release the wrap. Big inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, fold. Nice job. Inhale, fill with new. Heart moves forward. Exhaling, find your strength. Walk or float, low push-up. Up dog. Down dog. Come into plank pose. We're lowering all the way to our bellies. Now, take your hands, thumbs are at the center of your chest for height. Roll your shoulder blades together, shoulders away from the floor. Shoelaces, tops of the shoes, press your mat. Kneecaps lift off of the mat. As you exhale, pull your navel into your spine and lift cobra pose. Hold and breathe. And then release. Now walk your hands about 4 inches forward, but keep the rest of the alignment. So, shoelaces, press, knees lift, shoulder blades toward the ceiling. Exhale, navel in and press up. Hold and breathe. And release. Last one. Walk your hands another 4 inches forward. Tops of the feet press the mat. Kneecaps lift. Shoulder blades back. Exhale, navel to spine. Now you can press your arms all the way straight and get a nice big back bend. Heart's moving forward. Belly's lifting up to protect your low spine. Legs are very, very engaged, very strong. And release all the way down. Windshield wiper your feet. Release any gripping in your low back. Then relax your legs onto the floor. Extend your right arm on the floor and grab your left ankle with your left hand. On your exhale, again, navel to spine protects any pressure in your low back. Then you lift left knee and right arm up for a half bow pose. Release. Switch sides. Grab your right ankle, left arm forward. Exhale, navel to spine, and you lift. Release. Switch sides. Lift. Release. Switch sides. Lift. Release. One more each side. Lift. Release. Switch. Lift. Release. Grab both ankles. You know where we're headed. Exhale. Bow pose. Everything up. Release. And tuck back into child's pose. Take your knees nice and wide so you can drop your chest through your thighs. Then pressing into your palms to walk your chest up, we're going to sit in Vajrasana. So on your shins, tops of the feet to the floor, all your toenails should be on the floor. So let's continue with this opening through the front body and contracting the back body. Everybody okay? Breathing. As long as we're breathing, it's good yoga. Hands take the mat behind you. Fingers point toward your toes. Now you can really draw your shoulder blades under and feel your shoulder blades coming up under your lungs. Heart's being pressed toward the ceiling. Exhale, navel to spine. Push down into your shins and lift your hips up as high as they'll go. Beautiful. And come down. Nice. This time we're going to walk our hands up to the bottoms of our feet. Press into your shins. Exhale, navel to spine, and your hips are coming up. Shoulder blades under, under, under. And release. So with the same entry, we'll take a classic camel pose. So this time you're grabbing your ankles, press down actively into your shins. That reverberates energy for the lift. Shoulder blades under. Exhale, hips forward. Lift straight up, use your low belly, and then child's pose. Nice job. So let's shift, roll over your feet, Take your feet forward on the mat about hip distance and come all the way down onto your back. We're going to go into wheel pose. If wheel isn't working for you tonight, then you take bridge pose, lifting your hips and walking your shoulder blades under, squeezing your thighs toward each other and lifting the hips as high as you can. Keep your chin away from your chest. The alternative is full wheel pose, back bend. You place your palms on the floor with your fingers pointing toward your shoulders. If that's too intense on your forearm, you can rotate your fingers out a little bit toward the side of the mat. Hug your elbows toward each other. Same engagement of your back body. Your shoulder blades come under your lungs and lift your heart up toward the ceiling. So get that going on behind you, and then you worry about your front body. Pull your navel into spine. Exhale, everything comes up. Hugging your inner thighs toward each other. Draw your heart forward toward your arms. And then rock back into your feet. Forward toward your arms, and rock back to your feet. One more, forward, rock back, tuck your chin, and come all the way down. Supta Baddha Konasana, bottoms of the feet together, knees open wide. Close your eyes. And imagine your breath going all the way down your spine and out your tail. Hugging your knees into your chest. Begin to rock right and left. Feel the flesh on either side of your spine. And then plant both feet on the floor again. We're taking one more bridge pose, but we're going to add a variation. You don't have to add the variation. It's completely up to you. You can take bridge or go into full wheel with this. So it's up to you how far you want to go. For full wheel, set your hands up again. Exhale, navel to spine. And then you press all the way up. Now this time we're going to use our arms a bit more. Shoulder blades are under. Bend your elbows. Touch very lightly the top of your head to the floor, and then press up. Touch and press. Touch and press. Last one, touch. Press up, tuck your chin, roll all the way down, shoulders make contact first, then your spine, Supta Baddha Konasana. Close your eyes. See the prana moving up and down your spine, clearing everything away. Hug your knees into your chest. And this time we're rocking shoulders to sit bones. So take a few rocks long ways on your mat. And then come up to seated. Agni Stambhasana, one of my favorite hip openers. We'll start with the right shin on the mat. So you want your thigh bone, your femur bone, coming straight out of your hip. You don't want it moving to the side like you would in an easy seat. Bring this knee so it's right out of your hip. Your shin is on the floor. The full expression of the pose, your left shin stacks your right shin. You see that okay? Now, if this isn't happening for you, you can take your left ankle and put it on the floor in front of your knee. If that still doesn't feel comfortable, straighten your left leg and cross your right ankle on top of your thigh. So any of these variations works to open this right hip. Pick the one that's working for you. And then tent your fingers outside your hips. Lift your heart really tall. So you feel your spine hanging right down to the floor. Lots of space and length. Then keep this space and start to walk your hands forward. Long spine, so you're not forehead down. As soon as your chest collapses, you straighten back it up, and hold. You keep walking, walking, walking until you get to a point where you're at your edge or you have to cave your back in. When you get to your edges, stretch, relax your neck, and breathe deeply, softening and gripping in your hips. 3 more deep breaths. And we want to come out the same way we came in, by pressing into your palms, walking your chest up. So whatever variation of your legs you have, keep your right shin forward and swing your left leg back into a pigeon pose. Now if your right hip is not coming to the floor, put a blanket or a block underneath it. Take your left hand in front of you on the floor. Bring your right arm all the way around and grab whatever you can on your thigh. Deepen your twist with your exhale. Then release the bind on your back leg. Both hands are framing your right knee and your chest is coming over your right thigh. Keep a long back and walk your heart forward over this right thigh. Your left arm reaches longer than your right, so you've got a really nice long side body. And walk your chest up and swing your left foot forward. Your right knee is bent. Marichyasana A. You want your right foot on the floor, but not right up against your inner thigh. Take it so that it's in front of your hamstring, so your legs are still hip distance. Start to draw your right shoulder inside your right knee and open up your arms so that your right tricep presses your right shin. Now your hands may stay out on the sides of your body. If it's possible and you can reach your right hand behind your sacrum, I'll do this sideways. So if this right arm comes around, then you can bring the left hand around and take a bind. So your arms can be out or in a bind. Look up, length through your vertebra, and then as you exhale, bring your chest down over your left thigh. Now we're going to lift, but stay in the bind, or if your arms are out, keep this right tricep hugging your knee, or shin rather. Look forward again, and you're going to lift your chest, and the right foot comes up off the ground. So with or without the bind, you're still hugging that right knee up, and you're opening now through the hamstring, back of your hip. Nice, good. Chest high. Now this can turn into a few things. This can become an arm balance where you press both hands down and lift. You can give that a try. Or take your right knee over your shoulder. Continue pushing your right arm back. So big opening through this right hip. And then this can turn into your arm balance. So either one. And when you're done playing, we'll go to the other side. So left shin comes parallel. Left knee is coming right outside your hip. Right shin stacks. Take your fingertips outside your hips and lift your spine long. Begin to walk your chest forward. Notice if you're starting to cave your chest in, rounding your back, then you back it up, find the length. Feel the sensations in your back body and your hip. When you come to your edge, nice, long, smooth breath. Pressing into your palms, lift your chest up. So now we're keeping the left shin forward and your right leg swings back. Pay particular attention to your left hip. If it's lifted, put something underneath it. The muscle will not release unless it's pressing into something. Right hand's coming forward, and your left hand is taking the twist to your back thigh. When you release this left hand, frame your left knee with both hands. So you're still in a twist. And then bring your chest over your left thigh. Walk your right arm longer than your left and get a lot of reach through your right shoulder, ribs, and intercostal muscles. Lift your chest and swing your right leg all the way around. Left foot is on the floor, knee bent. Your left foot is right in front of your left hip and hamstring. Now as you come forward, left shoulder comes inside your knee. Arms can go to the side. Or if you can wrap your left shin with your left tricep and bring your left hand behind you. That gives you a little bit more leverage. Lift your heart. Exhale, fold. So we'll turn this into some form of arm balance, whatever is working for you. First option, you're hugging the left knee into your side body. So as you look forward, you lift up and bring the knee up with you, opening through the back of your hip. So get that stretch and the lift in your chest. And then if you want this arm balance, you press your hands, pull up, core lifts, foot lifts. Alternatively, take your left knee over your left shoulder, press your hands, hips lift, core lifts, foot lifts. And we're releasing into Baddha Konasana. Pressing the soles of your feet together. Heart high and full. As you lift your heart, come down onto your back. Draw your knees up into your armpits and take a happy baby. Knees are coming down outside of your ribs, soles of your feet toward the ceiling, and press your tailbone into the floor. And then hugging your knees to your chest. Take your hands to the tops of your knees. Now pull your knees away from you until your elbows are straight. When your hands are at the top of your knees and your elbows are straight, your knees are stacked over your hips. That's what you want. Press down into your knees and reset your femur bone into the hip socket. Knees are hip distance apart. And then open your arms to a T and bring both knees to the left. Keep your right shoulder on the floor and you look to the right. Come up to neutral. And then both knees go to the right, grounding through the backs of your shoulder blades, you look to the left. Coming back to neutral, give yourself a nice big hug. And then release your body into Shavasana pose. Allow your palms to roll up toward the ceiling and your ankles to roll your feet out. Closing your eyes. Begin to visualize the breath moving through your body. Watching the breath expand through your body. And then releasing on the exhale, everything letting go. Feel yourself floating, being rocked on the currents of the prana. Your body becomes light, easeful. Time slows down to only this present moment. And you are completely aware of the energy moving through and around your body. Gently begin to wiggle your fingers and your toes as you bring your mind back into your body. Take a few deep breaths, inhaling through your nose and exhaling through your mouth. And then softening your knees, roll onto your right side, resting your head on your bicep. Moving gently, fluidly, slowly, use the strength of your left arm to lift to seated pose. As you bring your hands together at heart center in Anjali Mudra, you seal the energy of your practice. But our real practice is as we walk off of our mat, continuously practicing, coming to a truth relationship with ourselves and looking within for what is truth and valuable, rather than looking outside to everything that varies. Bring your four fingers to your third eye and take a bow to your higher self. I honor each of you, and I'm deeply grateful for this time that we spend. Thank you for letting me be of service. Namaste. Thank you, yogis.